wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What fi go to eat no money, what fi at you, it no at you. Covid money missing we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth them money, waste my musta man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, galang and say that it's not you. One day the man above end up him a got a bed. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile up the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption please.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say dig up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and they down in our fever. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.
Good evening and welcome. The Prime Minister isn't out of the water if the Labour Party wants to rejoice or if his supporter wants to rejoice. Looking at the judgment, and Holness certainly isn't going to get a lot of it what he wants. It has already been slapped down. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Like and share the live, please. I am awfully tired. My head and my eyes is tired because I've been information in all day, listening and reading. I'm like literally feel my head full. How would I do? To my community partner and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, via subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good evening, Beat and Teach. Good evening. Good evening. All my item field, those that Debbie Jervis TV, Wagwan. Good evening, Norman Ferguson. Good evening and welcome. Colin Dahmer. Good evening, Canadian Gang. Good evening, Raymond G. Shelley Urban Iris. Good evening. Sadie Dunn. Good evening. John Rock 8766. Colin. Rambutan News. Catherine Happiness. Clean James. Miranda Roddick. Michael Nipper. Evan Bradford. Marcia B. Rowe. Marcia S. Wayne G. Angelique. Good evening. RJ. Good evening. Good evening. Sharon Bernard. Raymond G. Sonia Johnson. Who else is here? Good evening, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Isn't it rather shameful that the Prime Minister and the former Speaker of the House was all up in court on the same day, even though the Speaker of the House case is pushed back till what, the 12 or the 13, one of them. I think it's the 12. Althea Johnson. But both were in court on matters of integrity. I'm not sure if Andrew Holness' judgment is encouraging enough for Norman Brown or the other illicit 7 who might want to encroach upon the court to have the judgment substituted or struck out. That's why I'm telling you, the Holness liar need to be conked in infrared. So Holness is suing for negligence advice and him to conk Holness in infrared to believe the F3. EM one go on, how you do? Because the Prime Minister and Cliff and the whole of them will want to sound jubilant and all of that. But some of what the Prime Minister asks for just isn't possible in judicial review. But then again, him lawyer don't like him. So, I don't know how it go, Joan Bailey. But let's get on with the judgment looking through. I haven't read it yet, but we're going to look through some bits and pieces of it. I'm going to have to read it over the weekend because I don't think I'm coming out here over the weekend because my brain feel a bit tired. So you have 3 and 4 applicants, which is the Prime Minister and his 3 companies, Imperium Investment Holdings Limited, Positive Media Solutions Limited, Positive Jamaica Foundation. And there are 3 respondents, Craig Beresford, Kevin Stevenson, and the Integrity Commission. Both Beresford and Stevenson are director respectively at the IC in what they do. But I want to show you the part of the judgment that law school student understands full well. and it's page 3, paragraph 5. Page 3, paragraph 5, where it says, the law. G. Wayne Wagwan, Colleen Richards, how you doing? Chanel Williams. I go over and I read in Slack now, so I now go soon. Ronald B. Durant Clark. Paragraph 5, page 3. The law is, simple put, judicial review is a process by which the Supreme Court exercises its supervisory jurisdiction. Note the word carefully. Supervisory jurisdiction over the decision of public body, of which the Integrity Commission is a public body. Parliament is also a public body. Inferior tribunal and public officers. Inferior tribunal meaning any court below the Supreme Court in its hierarchy, and any public official, i.e. the DPP and others. In exercising its jurisdiction, however, the court is not concerned about the merit of the decision or whether it is correct, but whether it is legal and the decision process making is fair. In performing its role, the court cannot observe the decision making power granted to the public body, meaning the Integrity Commission. The court cannot remove or replace the Integrity Commission's report with their own interpretation or meaning of it or what they think is right. That's not the purpose of a supervisory court. Put it another way, it is not for the court to make the decision which the public body, tribunal, or officer alone is empowered to make within the perimeter of the legislation from which a power or discretion is given. It will be immediately clear, therefore, that judicial review is not an appeal from the decision of a public body or tribunal. Asking for what is called a mandamus writ, or we can't call the other one, but Ciro something another, what them ask for. It falls down all under, all of what have fall down at this stage, fall down under paragraph 5, which I've just read. Let me come over and explain something before I go to the findings, which the Prime Minister never quite want if it be like that. Right. A judicial review, Cousin Myrna, is the court supervising the decision made by the IC. What the court cannot do, like in an appeal, is write their own decision, what they think is right in law. The most they can do here is send the report back to the Integrity Commission to say they should relook at the decision. The Integrity Commission does not, in law, have to come to a complete new decision from the one already presented in the report. They can relook at the report, come up with the same decision, but just apply another process, or i.e., a fairer process as they would be arguing. But in no way the court cannot say the report, what Andrew Holness is asking, that the report be struck out or be declared this and that. It cannot happen. Therefore, Norman's Brown case, which he's asking the court to struck out the IC, saying there is a potential conflict of interest between himself and the Prime Minister, given he's a close friend of the Prime Minister, business partner also, and he is on two public body board, which he reports directly to the Prime Minister. So asking the Integrity Commission to the court to strike out that, that's almost a waste. But because we're tired, we're going to go right down to the bottom of the judgment, because it's quite an exciting read. The scan reading that I did, it looked like it's quite some interesting argument going on in there. But how case come, it sets out the facts, then it sets out the law, then you go away and are waddling about the law and the facts, and then you come to a decision, which I will make my way all the way down to page 50 something another, because I don't have time to read 53 pages to you. You know, I have to go away and study it myself, which I will do over the weekend. But I want to go through the areas for you. So understanding paragraph 5 that I have just read, it's going to correspond with the other few paragraphs that I will bring you to. Hold on there. Sorry for the eye. If it a roll too fast, that it a blind me too. Oh, dearie. Summary of findings and conclusion. Hold on. I'm going to go to orders. Right. You see on page 54, reading from paragraph 88. Finally, the court cannot and will not observe the decision-making power of public bodies and public officers, and therefore the order of mandamus compelling the director of investigation to recommend to the IC that the PM be exonerated of culpability in relation to his statutory declaration 2021 and 2022 cannot lie. So he's been struck down here where he wants, and this is why I say him liar dunce, because the court in a judicial review, you cannot force the court. If it's a separate lawsuit, if it was a lawsuit, then he could he could have those arguments in a lawsuit, but not in a judicial review. The purpose of the judicial review is for the court to look at how the decision was reached. Was it reached legally? Was it reached fair and proportionate? Those are the concern of the court, and for the judicial review that they'll be pursuing going forward. That's how the court will also look at it, Elder Fletcher, Marcia Thomas, Lord God. So the acts where Andrew asks for the chop and changing of things, it is not possible. In the circumstances, therefore, I make the following orders. Leave is granted to the applicant to bring judicial review claim against respondent 2 and 3 respondent, which is Beresford and Stevens. An order for, we can't call the word here, sorry, question the report that he lose out upon that. An order question the special report, save the paragraph. You know the paragraph on Keisha, where him the only paragraph in the report where him accept. He want the entire report struck out. He have failed in this regard as well. So whatever the decision of the court in the ICM, when the judicial review decision comes back, whatever it is, the report of the Integrity Commission stands, because the court cannot and will not interfere with it. The most they'll do is ask the Integrity Commission to relook at the report. Leave to bring a judicial review seeking an order of mandamus compelling the respondent 1 to examine the first applicant statutory declaration as provided by Section 32 and Section 42(1) of the Integrity Commission Act, and order mandamus compelling. So all of these mandamus orders, he was struck down on them because what he's asking the court to do in a judicial review, the court cannot do that. But however, he's been granted leave. His leave to appeal was rejected. However, the case is going ahead purely on the matter that the court will look at how the Integrity Commission reached their decision. Was it legally and fairly done? That is their job. If they see that it was not legal or fair in law or in natural justice, then the court will send it back to the Integrity Commission to relook at it and come up with a new decision. A new decision doesn't mean that same first decision will change. You can present the same decision and you just use another method to reach that same decision. Justice Fanta know how that works. So I'm sure it will be a field day. So those are the important takeaway soundbite wise. Those are the important takeaway from the ruling. Willie Dunn, Christine Gilbert, how are you? But if you hear the Prime Minister and his friends out there in a celebratory mood, it's not victory in any way, shape, or form for the Prime Minister. It's just a process being done. Dolores Award, good evening. Me not turn out here long enough. I have any question for me? Did I confuse any of you? Let me look in at my WhatsApp. Did I confuse any of you? Did I make sense, Marjorie Goldberg? But we're not going to get with feathers ruffled, because even if the court rule in Andrew's favor at the next stage, the court cannot remove the content or substitute the content of the report. Neither can the court declare the report null and void. They cannot do that because they do not interfere with the report of public bodies or public officers. What they will do is ask them to relook and come to a justiciable decision. But what Holness and him done sly we want a conking and farid is asking for, they're not really going to get. Because what Holness really wants is for the report to be quashed. That is what he really wants, the entire report to be quashed. And then he could run around victoriously that he has been cleared by the court. So let us go forward with confidence that this will not happen. For the Prime Minister, most of what he's doing is quite much of a dancing around the fiddle, playing delayed tactics. But the report will still stand. I don't know if it probably at the moment, or I don't know if it will pause. If TAJ and FID is going to intervene, I don't know if this will pause their action. The judge may make some reference to FID, but I didn't go into that, Jennifer Simpson. We will see over the weekend what it says. But it's disgraceful to see Andrew Holness, Florence Hamilton, Andrew Holness and Marissa Dalwymper Filbert up in court all on the same day for lack of integrity. That's very bad for a party. That's very bad for a former speaker. That is very bad for a sitting prime minister. Awful. Awful. Shameless, money-grabbing prime minister. And Tiff Hughes. Tiff Hughes is working on the court find him innocent or some. No, it's not gonna be anything like that. It will be wild goose chase if him and Cliff ever come out here with such propaganda, because we would batter them down. Because as paragraph 5 explained, they will not touch the decision. They will look if the decision came to legally and fairly. That's their concern. So the wait is going to be exciting, because whatever it is, we are quite clear that the Prime Minister will not get what he wants. The striking out of this and the striking out of that. The Corruption Prevention Act part, I didn't scan the judgment well to see what went on about that. That may be going forward in the argument, and we will see over the weekend. But I've been a Cody, how are you? I don't really have time for that now. My head, my eye, and all part of me tired. Brenda Elson. Who will be the PM know that the charges was granted. No, sir. The man are going to continue on because nationwide think this give him a bit of bounce back on his credibility. But if they look at paragraph page 53, 54, the Prime Minister has already lost already. Because what the Prime Minister really wants is for the court to struck the report out. That's his major concern. Because as long as the report is struck out, then the Prime Minister in law is exonerated. But while that cannot happen, the report is going to still plague the Prime Minister. And the court cannot say to the Integrity Commission, you have to find a way to certify his ill-gotten wealth, Garfield Garden. Garfield, you must know over here, you know, you say, when you come to number and money means a capital basic school done. Me not understand. Maybe Andrew Holness need to take a case before the court. Because people come out, you know. People come out and dispute Janet Calder's findings. So maybe people need to take a case to the court to check out Janet Calder report too. Because them think to say they can use the court to muzzle everybody. He cannot win the ICC. They have on exposed. He lost already. He lost already, Shade, because whatever happens, the report is going to still stand. Even if the court send the report back to the IC to say relook at it, the report is going to still be the report. The court cannot say this report was illegal, it doesn't exist. What you say, what? Cliff delinquent in $60 million back tax. Jesus, Cliff. Murder. Pay with 60 million. But then again, Cliff, if you pay it, Andrew, I go just thief it. You might as well hold it here, we buck you up, Cliff, because boy. Andrew Holness, even if the court didn't have the power that you're asking the court to exercise, which they clearly point out to you in paragraph 5, it's not our territory. It's not what we do, Mr. Holness. Your lawyer might have well been fast asleep. Because I'm telling you, with the judicial review, second year at law school, we look at judicial review when we had the public law. Okay, you have two areas of law where you call public law and private law. Public law would be concerned with like judicial review, criminal law, and them area there. Private law is more to do with the private civil lawsuit, the one-to-one against people who don't involve the state. So, how may I go upwards, isn't it? So yes, in a second year, you do public law at law school. Anybody with the public law? And public law also is mandatory. It's not a law that it's not a unit of law that you chooses whether you want to take that unit or not. You must do public law. And for the Prime Minister's legal team to come out in public and ask the court for something that a second-year law student knew is not possible. That's why I'm turning to the Prime Minister lawyer one conk in I'm forehead, and the Prime Minister to sue the lawyer for negligent advice. Because what the court explained in paragraph 5 of page 3, every second-year law student know that. Every second-year law student knows that what the Prime Minister lawyers are asking for, the courts don't do such thing. The court don't mash up people playpen and fix it to what the Prime Minister wants. So be quite clear that the report, whatever happens, Carlos, Wagwan, brother, whatever happens going forward, the report still stands. The report that the Prime Minister is trying to bury still stands because the court cannot rip it up. They cannot substitute it. They cannot strike it down. The most they can do is send it back to the IC and say, have a look at it. You may have come to a disproportionate or a decision not lawful in the context of natural justice. You may have not done your job fairly enough. So re-looked at it. All the Integrity Commission have to do is just apply a new process and publish the same report. So no matter what you hear Cliff Hughes and his friend them are going to come out and come sing like this, lift a bit of bird now for the Prime Minister integrity. The Prime Minister have walked deeper into that winding rat hole of lootfulness. Sarah's ear is there yet? John Dawkins. Of lootfulness that this Prime Minister advanced day in, day out. Public thief. Let me see if no ask anything. I'm soon go to bed because my head, my eye, and all about I'm tired. But when is he? He is a skateboard maker and now. But you see, this is what you pay lawyers for. The Prime Minister can be silly, frantic, guilty, want to clear his name, and will ask you to do anything to clear his name. It looked like the Prime Minister's legal team is afraid of the Prime Minister because what the Prime Minister, when the Prime Minister tell them, I wanted to make an application to have the report struck out via judicial review, he should have said to the Prime Minister, you will have to do that in a lawsuit, Prime Minister, but not in a judicial review. It may be possibly in a lawsuit. I don't know. But then again, a lawsuit wouldn't pick it up because it's a decision of a public body and it's the way of judicial review which you have to challenge such report. Cousin says Swagwan, Albus Foster, Philly George. Good evening. Is a judge and also a recent awardee of national honors. And judge, I heard no proof also national. Listen, and everybody is still with award and title. Remember, said the Prime Minister doctor, and I don't even think he can spell doctor. The Prime Minister walk around every day and call himself doctor. I don't think the Prime Minister can spell doctor if you ask him to spell it. But either the lawyer and the Holness legal team dunce, or Andrew Holness bully them afraid to say no to the Prime Minister, a second-year law student would know the process of a judicial review. You would have done an exam on public law relating to judicial review. That was long time that person that come out of law school. Countless of time that person that come out of law school. Lady J Love, how are you? But all them do is just make Jamaica look more disgraceful when you look at Jamaica far and wide. But then again, soon end up in front of the Privy Council where they get embarrassed. And Holness legal team go in front of the court, go embarrass themselves, and ask the court to strike down something which them know the court don't have power to do. That's dunceness. Or that's the Prime Minister just cannot abide by the law. So make we force we way and bully we way through. And hold on there, go and listen to Carlos. Me go make one mile.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't put me again.
What fi go to eat no money, what fi at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the year, look rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of man to statue. Say me like a cash you, but me got enough, they got you. Take this script of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above him, up him, I got up. Too much it in the kitchen, some fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300%
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them
It
raise.
burn me.
I see corruption please.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out with each.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't put me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me know me got bigger. The urgent the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rough and they down in our fever. Member bold honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like people themselves.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't.
Murder, me a come. Sorry about that. Yes, my people. We don't have any question for you ask me. I don't know me lazy tonight. I never plan no program. I just want to explain to you my understanding of the judgment and the foolishness, Jeanette Brissett. The foolishness of the LP will be in the past. UIC and PNP coming on board next election. Joseph Patterson needs to get up after and backside and start mobilize the people. If he want people to vote for him, people now go just get up and vote for him just so. Clifton Ackerson, how are you? Him need to get up and mobilize the people. Mobilizing the people is a part of our politics. You know, really properly break through the gate, even though your ideas and your policies may be good, but you're not going to just break through the gate, Beverly, how are you, without mobilizing the people. And he needs to do more of that to get a footway in to the system. So next week, what? When is the 13th? Let me look. There's something in front of me. I think it's Wednesday. I think it's around Wednesday. Marissa Dalrymple will be in front of the court again to have her. Oh, Friday. Marissa, Friday the 13th? No, Friday the 13th. Hold on. Don't remember the number confused me. I have to look by my phone. If I don't look by my phone, I would never get it right. No thunder. I would never get it right. And it take me a year to find the calendar by my phone. But somebody must have done so. One person nothing done so when it comes to number. See that? All the calendar I can't find. Why you don't? You don't bad. Like union man people pay the money at school. Oh, see it, yeah. Hey, Marissa, hey. No, sir. Marissa. Diane Harriet. Kevin Davis. Friday the 13th. You, Lord Jesus, I wonder if I bad luck this Phil Wimple. I wonder if this is going to be a bad luck day for Miss Phil Wimple. Friday the 13th, Marissa. No, sir. Marissa would have prefer take today. Me would have prefer take today. Marissa. No, sir. Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th can't be good for you, my dear. But anyway, you better handle my case and shuffle cabinet and bring you back on the high chair and take down Juliet, because you might never know when one of them report poll Tuesday. God knows, Shadi, me done bad when it comes to number. Bad. When one of them report poll Tuesday, you will see. Hopefully one of them might be Juliet. So Marissa might get back her seat. You might never can tell why Andrew usher back Marissa in. Probably if you put her back up on the chair. The problem is though, what the Prime Minister was hoping for, they will run come wrap him in a green sheet and say, yes, Prime Minister, your integrity get the green light. Sweeney, how are you? Your integrity get the green light. You just realized, Prime Minister, there was multiple orange lights in your way because the whole heap of you announced the story where you're a stupid liar. Because at this point, your lawyer is stupid, you know, Prime Minister. Fool like duck. Terry T. At this point, Prime Minister, your lawyer is as fool as duck. Any second year law student knows that judicial review does not change the decision that you're challenging. It only look at the decision-making process? Was it made legally? Was it done fairly? Was it proportionate? Or was it the decision made disproportionate to the law or to natural justice? That's what they're looking at. They're not looking at whether that bit should be in the report, that bit shouldn't in there. So if I were you, Norman Brown, given paragraph 5 of today's judgment, that is nice side of my phone. Given paragraph 5, Norman Brown, of today's judgment, you are wasting time and money. You are wasting time and money. Because them sitting at the paper today, the reason why Norman jumped the gun is because it is well expected that the judicial review for the Prime Minister is going to go ahead. Let me quickly go into the Gleaner article because I want to see the wording of what Norman Brown is asking the court to do. But similarly, he's asking to strike out something that was said in the report by the Integrity Commission. But I'll try to find it so I can remember exactly what dear Mr. Moran says. Let me go over here. I will find it somewhere down here. I saw it this morning. Norman Brown. And I don't know if this person has built a page in my cousin's name. Hannah! This is not Pitiless. Tell Pitiless to look like one fake page up on social media with him here. You hear me, partner? Let me view the profile. I'm sure. Why would he send me this message? Don't look real. Anyway. Right, sorry. Let me get back to what I was doing. Let me find Norman Brown. And TikTokers, the TikTok future is uncertain, but TikTok is planning to go further to the appeal court, the U.S. Supreme Court, and the matter, which will be TikTok's final appeal. So you see the Mocha arrests were there, yeah, with the Andrew Holness staff, them at NS Heart Trust and NSTA. It was flagged by the auditor. Hey, me love Pamela Monroe Ellis, you know, that woman has been doing a good job long time. And not somebody where you can't bully or somebody corrupt. A lot of what we know come out of Pamela Monroe's office. Hold on, me look for my boy, yeah. Kenya police boss deny report. Officers in Haiti peacekeeping mission haven't been paid for months. I wonder if the Jamaican are being paid. Just asking Prime Minister, like, how are you responsible for them? Well, we kidnap Norman Brown and him lied there. Or the lied Wimple that there. Norman Brown. Oh, Norman Brown, the way down a bottom, you know. Hold on. Some fine wicked Norman Brown. Yes. So the serpent, yeah. Let's see what Norman Brown is asking. Norman Brown, a real estate partner of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, is asking a court to order the Integrity Commission to remove finding that its chairmanship of two state entities that report to Prime Minister Andrew Holness pose significant potential conflict of interest. I don't even need to read further on this, Norman Brown. You're asking the IC to remove a finding from their report. Given paragraph 5, Mr. Brown, don't you think you should withdraw your case in order not to waste court time and not to waste your money? Even though you and the Prime Minister may have stolen a lot of it, Mr. Brown. It would be good not to waste the court time by pulling this bullshitism from in front of the court. Because if you weren't aware before, if we're not dunce, Japota Secondary School lawyer them isn't aware that a court cannot force a public body under judicial review to remove something out of them report because the applicant or the subject of the report does not like what is there. So given that paragraph 5, given that paragraph 5 make it clear, Norman Brown, you wish to proceed or you want to save yourself the time and the money? Because it would be a waste of time, Norman. A perfect waste of time. And what in Britain we would call a hiding to nothing. This is a hiding to nothing, Norman Brown. If you think because you may have been tipped off that the Prime Minister's judicial review was going forward, and then heap hooray, it's a field day for judicial review in the courts. Maybe, maybe a lot of the others, the other 7, probably their plan say, aye, we're going to tie up the court. We're going to tie up them foot in the court. So now aware now, say a huge part on a claim will have no leg to stand on. Just like for the Prime Minister, where a lot of the cock and bull story, the Prime Minister is asking the IC to do like strike out the report, order, make an order for this, an order for that, force the Integrity Commission to nullify to approve the Prime Minister report. Hey man, you're seriously corrupt. Seriously corrupt narcissist, With everything you and your wife want to rip up the norm and ram raid on a way through it. It is how we behave, Like when you want to just rip up the norm and ram raid. Come out on the email. and run raid on the way through it. Just like how Fan Gillette come a parliament, Gillette Holness is doing things her way. And up until today, it's when you don't realize it is causing conflict of interest. Let me see if we find that video, because that explain when PNP come to power what it may mean for some naturally aligned thieves. Because all of them is just naturally aligned thieves. When you hear say somebody can thief milk out of coffee, depend on this prime minister to do just that. This prime minister have no shame. This prime minister have no shame. This prime minister is leading a government where 8 of them, including him, are under the probe for illicit enrichment. Prime Minister, you're not shame? Talk truth. Talk truth, Prime Minister, if you're not shame. But let's listen to Isaac explain to them how the PNP, and we're going to hold them to it, Hey, we don't talk listen thing them in our ears. We can't know how it turn out here, because we're going to hold on to it. But how the People's National Party will look to deal with corruption and matters of integrity.
Would be a resounding yes. There needs to be an impeachment bill. Not only that, that bill should bring with it compulsory signing of a code of conduct, which is binding, contractually binding, so much that a breach would allow the government, in terms of the government of the day, as well as the opposition, that where an MP is in breach of that code, that suspension, sanctions and stuff like that clearly defined as a strict liability mechanism, and as well as the ability to remove members who find themselves running afoul of the law.
Good night.
The current state as it is most unfortunate, because any impeachment bill, certainly a redrafting of that bill, if tabled, would include giving the Integrity Commission the type of teeth that it needs, so that the manner in which the corruption prosecution and the office of the DPP handles these matters would not cause the illicit 8 as they are right now to escape the full arm of the law. I'm also of the belief that when the People's National Party wins resoundingly and have the majority in government, that the illicit 8, some of them might find themselves in prison. So I'm not really worried about that, but to also put the standard so high that the persons, you might hear people say, I resign. May I resign tomorrow, y'all? And they have what is called sunset legislation. We give you time to go on because we know your teeth. So you will have to worry about changing your wig, and you will have to worry about cussing nobody and all the things, and you will have to worry about your filthy mouth and your pretending and your reverse racism, because what if it catch you, it catch you. We'll give you a time to leave, but certainly the standard for Jamaica, if we ever, one could never believe in 2024 where Singapore is, and we were the standard and model of the day for Singapore. So it says to me that the beautiful island of Jamaica, nothing wrong with it, It is the people who cannot help themselves than to steal from the public purse. And then I find it offensive and repulsive that they think that if they give you a little money, it is compensation. It's a little reparation. Because we thief enough, but see, liquor, just go and hold on and give you an opportunity for finish. there was a statement made when one member of parliament said, we just need a third term so that my kids can experience the life that I live. Not the kids of Jamaica and the people of Jamaica. Just give me a little more time to secure the brightest possible future for my family, not the entire Jamaica. That type of conduct cannot continue. And so because of that, we have to ensure that an impeachment bill is in place, and we have a no tolerance policy for fraud, for trickery, for scamming, for corruption, however nice you want to put it. We don't have a theft act in Jamaica. We stay at larceny. So we can say we don't have no space for thief. We have none, and there's nothing. We like to use red herring and smoke screens and all the fallacies, and then attach ad hominem to it and curse the other people. And they like to talk about 18 years. But one must always remember, in the last 19 years of this country, which means a child that has left high school and is entering university has never experienced the 18 years that they love to speak about. That is the People's National Party. That is done and gone with. We are to be strong and resolute in a no corruption policy, and faster than the scammers can be put to prison, we have a non-jury trial for corruption, tried by judge alone and sent off to prison.
We're going to hold you and the People's National Party to that. We're not coming up power. So we're going to have this clip to continue to remind you, because I expect if you win your seat, you'll be at the Department of Justice or the Department of Constitutional Affairs. So we're going to hold you to that. But my people, don't make Andrew Holness pursuit upset or no. He's on his way to failure. I who say if I so much liar Andrew have. Them type of case here were hitched into the more corporate side of things. They come with a lot of lawyers. Holness represented by a lawyer, in company them also have them own lawyer represent them. But when you see another part here where it says Gibson instruct Vasciani, it would be in a case like that, Vasciani may have an expertise to argue an area in a them argument where the others don't have. Sometimes it's like that when your lawyer instruct another lawyer to come into the case. It's that that the argument that is to be advanced, maybe Lamar and Vasciani can advance those arguments where them bring them in. So sometimes these type of case, especially the corporate type case, them have a lot of lawyers, because the one lawyer couldn't defend Holness and him only per different company, because it's 4 people. You would wanna present a tied over confusing case. So each person, each team responsible for them own brouhaha in an Andrew Holness blegging. But if you don't have a question for me, may I go sleep? If one don't have no question, me I go sleepy. Let me see how much I hit the like button before me go. Can you take the likes to 200 for me, please? Or at least 150. At least 150 before we go. So, one of the aid labor right, them are going like say, Andrew Holness was successful in the courts today. Tell them it's really nothing to write home about. It's just a procedure. It is just a procedure that will not affect the change of the Integrity Commission's report. The Prime Minister is still an uncertified crook. Isn't it, Prime Minister? Ransford McLean, how are you doing? The Prime Minister is still an uncertified crook. Whatever the Prime Minister wants to jump around, sing and talk about, the report, Prime Minister, will not change. And that is your dismay tonight, because what you would have expected is the chance to go ahead asking to quash that report. The report cannot be quashed, Prime Minister. The report, even at a second look, Prime Minister, will still stand. Thank you very much for being here tonight with us on the Global Television Group. It is the first weekend of December. We've got a few more to go, and then we'll slip right over into another year, and then a general election will be upon us within weeks of 2025. Andrew can't tag around longer, you know. Andrew Holness cannot tag around for longer than March. If Andrew Holness stand there for longer March, it will be a bloodbath. I mean, when the Labour Party, I don't know if the Labour Party or what action the Labour Party are going to take yesterday, you know. Because whatever it is, Labour Party, Andrew Holness is tainted going to the polls. You could have washed him down with jail, Dettol, you could have done him with blue vinegar and lime. No matter what you watch, the corrupt stain, this tainted Prime Minister will not be able to clean up in time for a general election. Thank you and good night.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities. Take a look at the sliding dollar. Take a look at the failing healthcare and ask yourselves, where is the progress? Where is the progress that this arrogant and disrespectful government keeps talking about? With this existing callous government, matters have gone from bad to worse.